Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm Rick Coster, and this is Live Lunch Break, streaming from theday.com, and we appreciate y'all being here. So we're in the Telegraph Record Store, as always, headed up by Rich and Daphne Lee Martin. It's a great place to wander around, stumble, find new and lost music. I'd like to wish happy Thanksgiving to my mom, and the reason I'm saying that is because God love you, Mom. You thought today was Thanksgiving when I called you last night and down there in Texas, and had to tell you that it was a week later. So, but I barely know one day from the next either. Anyway, we're very privileged today to have with us from West Kingston, Rhode Island, a Rhodey native, very funny singer-songwriter, very nice man, Billy Mitchell. Welcome, Billy.
Thank you very much. Well, I guess this has got to be a song for your mom. And probably everybody in this room. I think Hell's Angels are going to keep the crowd out, right? Okay. Well, I woke up this morning, opened up my eyes real slow. I had this funny feeling there was something I should know. Rubbed the sleep off my face, looked around the place for something that would ring a bell. Scratched my head, went back to bed. This story is so hard to tell. Was it something I said? Was it something I read? Was it something that I should have done? Was it something I ate? It must have been great, and I'm sure it was a lot of fun. Did it give me a thrill? Did it make my blood chill? I don't have a clue, but yet I wish I could remember what I said I would never forget. It's driving me half crazy, just can't figure out. The answer's just plain missing, there's a shadow of a doubt. I can't put my finger on it, I got an ever-present feeling of doom. Thoughts come and go, guess I'll never know why I walked into this room. Was it something I lost? Was it something that cost me $100 bill? Was it something I drank? Was it something that stank? Was it something that could kill? This pain in my head when I sit up in bed says it was fantastic yet. I wish I could remember what I said I would never forget. Well, some things ain't worth knowing, some won't go away. And some things are so wonderful, you want to keep them every day. And when that magic happens, just hold it close to you. 'Cause just like I said, it goes out of your head. What the heck you gonna do? Was it something I broke? Was it something I smoked? Was it something that I heard? Was it something I yelled? Was it something I smelled? Was I reminded by a little bird? Was it something I seen? This is making me scream. Was it someone that I should have met? I wish I could remember what I said I would never forget. Yes, I wish I could remember what I said I would never forget. Oh, I wish I could remember what I... Is this Groton? Oh. Thank you. We have crowd control at the door. We got more people. We've just doubled our audience. It's amazing. Well, there you go. Would that be the food line or the soup line? Or, this is a great thing. I was telling the guys, this is kind of like the Blue Plate Special in Knoxville. They do this thing. It's a great service you guys are doing. Terrific. We're saying it's wonderful. Guys like us who are very busy losing money playing music, this is a good place to do it. As you can tell, I'm a veteran player. And being a veteran, like there's a couple young folks here, but like most of this crowd being a veteran, when I decided not to really work and do this kind of stuff, I being a songwriter, I wrote a song for my retirement. And looking around here, you can just tell people this song is probably for everybody in here. And if someone has a friend or a partner there with, they might recognize this. This is for the A++ personalities in the room, and there are many, I can tell. So this is what I wrote about my retirement. I'll get out of this chair, put down the remote, tackle that list of chores she wrote. I'm gonna get right on it, get to it right away. I'm gonna clean out the attic, then I'll cut the lawn. Probably be working till the break of dawn. I'm gonna jump right on it, but not today. Not today. No, not today. It's a serious decision, the choice between work and play. Now you might think that this is a cheap stall, but there's nothing as good as doing nothing at all. I will be a ball of fire, but not today. I'm gonna wash the car, make it sparkling clean, Windex the windows so I can be seen. I might change the oil and empty that full ashtray. Then I'll go down to the gym for a cardio burn, jump on the old cross trainer, make it really churn. I may even pump iron, but not today. I'm going to take much better care of myself, no processed food from the supermarket shelves. I'll be lean and mean, every ounce I'll weigh. And after I get rid of that body fat, I'll get some fancy clothes. Imagine that. I will look like Richard Gere, but not today. Sing it, children. Not today. Oh, not today. It's a serious decision, the choice between work and play. Now you might think that this is a cheap stall, but there's nothing as good as doing nothing at all. I will be a ball of fire, but not today. I will be a great ball of fire, but not today. Thank you, thank you. Ain't it the truth, though? But you always just find something to do. Even if you say, I'm not going to do this today, something else always creeps into the equation. It's just like going to a record store and seeing some old fool with a white mustache sing. You know? This is a song that I wrote down in Florida. I was inspired in Florida. I was in the advertising business for years and years and years, and I've always loved music, always enjoyed it. Was a writer by trade, but never thought I could write a song. So one year, I happened to get all my work done, and I actually had 2 weeks on the Gulf of Mexico with all my work done. So I said, I'm going to bring my guitar, I'm going to write a song. And I ended up writing 12 of them. It was my first of, I ended up making my first of 6 CDs, all of which I'm proud to announce today are selling well under 1 million copies. It's a milestone for me. This song is the only song I know of about real estate. And this actually happened to me down there while I was doing this foolish stuff. So this is the ballad of Week 41. So we took a trip to that sunny clime and figured that we'd spend some time just vegging on the beach for a week or so. Yeah, the room we had was quite a surprise. Right on the water, we could feast our eyes on the pool, the sun, surf, the whole 9 yards. We told each other it was quite a score, a piece of heaven on the shore, and just about then a knock came at the door. I greeted our visitor. It was appropriate. She said she was a sales associate, wanted to acquaint us with something called time sharing. And she told us that we were in luck. The previous owners had broken up, and for just half price, we could have number Week 41. Our Week 41, gonna have us so much fun, walking the beach and soaking up the sun. Yeah, Week 41, I'm the owner, I'm the one. It's all mine all Week 41. Yeah, we bought a piece of that Golden Coast and made up our minds that the most we'd do all week was eat and sleep and drink. It was time to settle in our abode. I started to unpack all my clothes. I went to hang up my new pressed t-shirts. But there were two people in the closet in bathing suits, quite a composite. They looked at me with a real sheepish grin. He said, "Excuse me, my name is Shorty. Me and my wife, we're from Week 40. We love this place so much we couldn't check out." "Well, you gotta be gracious if you own the place." I thought it'd help them save some face. I said, "Heck, stay with us. There's plenty of room." Week 41, gonna have us so much fun. Walking the beach and soaking up the sun. Yeah, week 41, I'm the owner, I'm the one. It's all mine on week 41. So the four of us began to move about, unpacking clothes and checking things out, and then came another knocking at the door. Was it that lady with papers to sign? And can you imagine how it blew my mind when I heard, "How are you? We're from week 39. And meet our friends from week 36, some college kids and some local chicks. This place is great. We figured we'd just stop by." And just about then the phone started ringing, the buzzer buzzed, and I heard people singing, and the folks from the unit upstairs piled through the door. The place had become a confusing scene. It had become quite a dream. I did what I had to do. Bought a keg of beer. Week 41, gonna have us so much fun. Walking the beach and soaking up that sun. Yeah, week 41, I'm the owner, I'm the one. It's all mine on week 41. By the time the cops got on the scene, the place was jumping. It was a scream. I had just invited half of the town to stay. The chief of police said, "Who owns this place?" And there I was with a smile on my face. I said, "Hi, Chief. So nice of you to stop by." He said, "I know I should be upset, but this is the best party I've seen yet. I think you'd be an asset to this community. After you finish with all your friends, go back up north and get some rest, but give me some notice the next time you're in town. But do me a favor, week 41. Make this place spotless before you run, because you are looking at none other than the chief of week 42. Really? Week 42, gonna be just me and you. We'll own this town by the time we're through. Yeah, week 42, vote for me and I'll vote for you. Hot fun, week 41 and 42. Yeah, week 41 and 42. Thank you. The Ballad of Week 41. Let's see, what did we talk about? We talked about... I'm going to play my blues here, though. I got friends that love the blues, so you got to please everybody. And as you can see, I'm very proficient at the blues. I realized that I was becoming a veteran human being when I felt like the morning after, but I'd never been anywhere the night before. And I also knew I was becoming a veteran human being when my back went out more than I did. That's what happened too. And also when I go down to breakfast, and I'd sit down at the breakfast table, and I'd hear snap, crackle, and pop, but there was no cereal on the table. So anyway, this is a song about being a veteran human being that I wrote. This is off my latest CD, one of 6, selling well under 1 million. And songs about being a vintage human being. I'll be the first to admit I need a little direction. My plans and schemes lack real reflection, but if you think I'm headed for natural selection, got big news for you. I spent a lot of time perfecting these skills, contributing to society's ills. If you think I'm going over one of those hills, you're going to be sorely mistaken. I might need a little help parking the car. My fingers move slower on this guitar. But I'm gonna take everything they're giving, 'cause I don't need to be assisted living. I like to meet the fool who thought up the notion that getting old means you lose forward motion and you stay alive chugging voodoo potion. It's just a bunch of bunk. And I remember when a joint could give some pleasure and hip meant cool by any measure. So to ensure I enjoy my days of leisure, I got me some titanium. Right here, right there. I might need a little help parking the car. My fingers move slower on this guitar. But I'm gonna take everything they're giving, 'cause I don't need to be assisted or living. They say age might be a state of mind, but the state I'm in ain't always kind. Life's a game, gotta stay in it, make the most of every minute. Now I'm gonna make an admission, I just ain't ready to meet no mortician, and my health don't need no help from a politician, just leave me alone. So I'm just gonna keep on bucking like an old warhorse. I'll keep on trucking, keep playing my guitar, and just keep plucking. I bet you thought I was gonna use another word. I might need a little help parking the car. My fingers move slower on this guitar. But I'm gonna take everything they're giving, 'cause I don't need to be assisted living. No, I don't need to be assisted living. I've been working long enough on this one. Thank you.
I use my titanium thumb to turn the mic on. This is Billy Mitchell. Thank you guys for coming out. Pretty funny dude, right? All right, excellent. Are you having fun?
Always have fun. It's better than the alternative.
You were just alluding to, and I don't know if Pete's got the focus going on or not, but this is an album, your latest album. Actually, I think just by virtue of being on this show, you've pushed maybe towards 600,000 units.
Could be.
of Boomer Power, original songs about Boomer experiences. And I think I can speak for everyone here, possibly with the exception of Pete Wappy, our videographer, who is, I think he's like 19 now. But the rest of us can pretty much relate to the songs on this record. And they're very funny, but there's a little, maybe it's just me. Let me put it this way. When you talk about on the song Cell Phone, for example, there are privileges of youth that are wonderful, and there's innocence, and there's cockiness, and there's self-absorption, and that's all good. We all need to go through that. But once you cross beyond that, excuse my language, you sort of start getting pissed off.
You do. It gets old.
So is there an undercurrent of anger or at least impatience
venom
to your
is
work?
what it is. An undertone of venom. That's really what.
Toxic venom.
Toxic, yeah. But hey, we all got to live in the same place.
We do.
That's right.
Do you find that writing these songs is therapeutic?
Well, actually, yes, it is. I always say it keeps me on this side of the grass. Absolutely, it is therapeutic.
What might inspire you on any given day? From some of the songs, you can infer what has inspired Billy on that day. But do you actually look at the newspaper and go, "Look at that moron! I'm writing a song about."
I do that more often than not, as a matter of fact. Just one of the basic things about writing in general is you write about what's going on around you. And when I had this block I was talking about down in Florida, doing my first song, I had a blank sheet of paper. So what do I do now? And I wrote a pretty song about what was happening around me. And I wrote a song about the waves coming in and the palm trees and the people walking on the beach. And that got me into writing. And so consequently, when you just look around, there's a whole story in here.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a story everywhere. In my professional life, I was a professional storyteller, advertising guy. So that's the training. So.
You sort of think visually, and that translates to melodically.
Yeah.
There is a tradition in what you're doing, and thank you guys again for joining us at Live Lunch Break. I'm Rick Coster, and our guest today is Billy Mitchell. And Billy, you're one of very, per capita wise, not a lot of people have the confidence to write what I would call, some people call them novelty songs, some people call them joke songs. Ray Stevens, Roger Miller, Weird Al Yankovic, certainly.
Sure.
Do you have to have a sense that in a dinner crowd party sort of thing, you're a funny guy before you ever think, well, I'm going to go ahead and put this out in song form and see how that works?
Yeah, you have to have confidence to do it, and guys like Ray, and you also have to deliver the product. I mean, it's easy to write a 2-line funny song. It's not so easy to write a 2 or 3 verse with a chorus and a bridge funny song that keeps people's attention, and then sit there and do half a dozen or 12 of them.
Right.
So it takes a certain, shall I say, point of view and courage and stupidity, basically what it is. But you know, I found that even growing up that I just had a natural kind of propensity toward it, and loving music. Everybody has to find a niche, and there's so much great music out there, but there's also so much music that is just sad.
That's a fact.
And I found that this was a niche for me, doing some clever wordplay, catchy beat and chord progressions, and songs that were funny. And it does me great pleasure to see people respond and laugh and smile to them. So I've been doing it for 20 years.
Do you find, a lot, particularly as you referenced the song about Florida and real estate down there, you are spitting out a lot of syllables and a lot of rhythm in a very short bar space, and so maybe it's not Brahms in terms of you're not doing 38 chords or whatever, but it's hard to do that and keep rhythm. Do you have to like practice and memorize that?
Absolutely. It takes it. In matter of fact, I'm struggling with. I've got a brand new song that I think I'm going to play today, but I don't know if I'm going to. But it takes.
Should he play the song today? Yeah. All right.
All right. It'll be a cosmic premiere here, but it takes. You have to own the song first. You have to really memorize the song and the changes and put these little things in your mind that help you remember. And once you own the song, then you can perform it. Then you can play with it. Then you can stop. You can make a comment. You can do vocal inflections. But you got to own that song, and that takes a long time to own the song.
I think it really does. And I think if someone just said, "Well, you know, the guy's playing a 1-4-5 3-chord," and you go, "Okay, that's easy enough," until you get up and have to
do all that
to spit those lyrics out,
right?
because you know that was a 2-hour movie you condensed into 3 minutes, for example. But there are a lot of different types of humor, obviously, and I think another one of your personae,
schizophrenic. There's many personae right there.
You do a sort of political.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, once again, something comes in my purview. I have to do something about it. I did a song about Rhode Island, which I won't play here because Rhode Island is so far from Connecticut.
Yeah.
But it was about Rhode Island, and it got to be kind of a hit in Rhode Island. It was called "I Know a Guy," and it was about the I Know a Guy state, and that caught the ear of WPRO talk show, and so they brought me in, and I performed live, and they ended up being like the Rob Bartlett of WPRO, doing these political parodies. I'm like cross between Weird Al Yankovic and Rob Bartlett, and that's fun.
Sure.
That's a lot of fun, and I put some of those in my show when I can remember them, and it's all fun.
Do you find that it's fun to work both sides of the political spectrum, or do you feel like I am invested in this one particular whatever your political, and you're going to just toe the Billy Mitchell line?
No, I like to be an equal opportunity wise guy, but the problem is where I have trouble is kind of holding myself back, because if you go too far, I mean, there are people who are invested in each one of these candidates and each one of these ideologies, and the last thing I want to do is seriously offend or insult somebody.
Right.
I want to poke fun at the whole thing.
And maybe they think a little bit.
And maybe make them think. So it's very difficult to play that line, and there are some topics I just won't do.
Gotcha.
Why? But politicians these days, there's a lot of funny stuff going on. So.
Yeah, you didn't want to do a Rhode Island song because you're in another state, but in terms of political upheaval, you are in New London, Connecticut, and so you're. You should write a song about it here.
I will. I will.
That'll be great.
There you go.
Our guest is Billy Mitchell, and thank you so much again for being on Live Lunch Break.
Thank you.
Now, before I let you do the second set, tell folks where they can find out more,
yes.
buy CDs,
Sure.
see you again, whatever.
Sure. Billy Mitchell Songs, plural, BillyMitchellSongs.com. And on that is all my music. I usually do a music video for each song. There are my regular songs that I play here. There's also all of the political claptrap that I do on there with their attendant videos. And there's a button on the website for my show. I actually do a show called Boomer Power that features all these veteran type songs. So that BillyMitchellSongs.com will get you there.
Thank you again so much for all of you guys turning out. Clearly,
Yeah.
they came to see you. They're not congregating over in the Fog Hat Records section.
I'm flattered.
So
I am flattered.
we're glad to have you here again on Live Lunch Break. So y'all stick around. Here's part 2, Billy Mitchell.
Dear. Well, you know, one of the rules of Live Lunch is all originals, no covers, which is great. And when you do original songs, you end up. My God, am I having a stroke? Or did somebody turn the light down? When you do original songs, you find yourself in coffee houses and places like that where they don't pay the BMI or the ASCAP thing, so you really have to play original songs. And I do sometimes a 2-hour show, so you have to do something to break it up. And it's tough not to play songs that are familiar, you know. So if you'll pardon me, I've done a few things to some familiar songs, but about this. If you got a ball spot, wanna keep what you got, Rogaine. When you get out of bed, put this stuff on your head, Rogaine. Your hairline, it's declined and it shines, Rogaine. There's that one, then there is, we're talking about reggae music? I cannot see clearly now, the type's too small. I lost my reading glasses the other day. Where are the bifocals I've been looking for? I gotta squint to see the print all night and day. Then there is the never. You Johnny Cash fan? I can't hear that train a-comin' up around the bend. I ain't heard a damn thing since I don't know when, 'cause my eardrums are retired, far as I can tell. So if you wanna tell me something, you had better yell. All right, enough of that. So that's now that everybody's energized, you can kind of make it through the next bunch of originals. It's an old 60s term. Everybody's got their thing, you know. So I figured I'd write a song about things. Everybody's got a thing that makes them happy. Everybody's got a thing that turns them on. Everybody's got a thing they choose to try to keep away the blues. Everybody's got to have a thing to call their own. Well, it's your thing, my thing, his thing, her thing. Some things you just got to do. Our thing, their thing, all kinds of things. But one thing is true. Everybody's got to have something. Well, there's a dude whose thing has 6 strings and his chick's thing has 2 keys. And I know a guy whose thing is flying high and his lady's thing is tickling keys. There's a bloke whose thing is floating in a boat and his mate's thing is cooking with gas. I got a buddy whose thing is a little white ball in a hole in a patch of grass. Well, it's your thing, my thing, his thing, her thing, some things you just gotta do. Our thing, their thing, all kinds of things, but one thing is true. Everybody's got to have something. Everybody's got to have something. And as you can probably tell, my thing is playing with words and kind of halfway surviving on this guitar with what they call cowboy chords. But you know, when you go to a record store, you get intimidated by all the music in the room. You really do. Because you know there are musicians around or have been here who can just knock the socks off of a guitar. You know, do riffs and stuff. I bet you Rick's a tough one too, I bet you. And before the show, they were talking about some rock and roll thing, and I'm going, oh man, what do they hear this mess? So, but in preparation of this occasion, I have been practicing. And I have been studying and channeling Jimi Hendrix, Eric Clapton, let's see, Tommy Bartholomew, whoever he is, you know, Joe Bonamassa, all those guys. And I have been working on a lead, a solo, that is gonna just rip this place up. So I'd like to play it for you guys. And the musicians in the crowd, you know, Marty on YouTube, you know, if you want, it's okay. You can look real closely at my fingers, and you can take pictures of it, and you can do this at home. I won't have lawyers come after you or anything, you know. So look real close out there in TV land, because here comes the blazing solo. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll do it one more time. Just write it down. It's kind of difficult. There we go. Notice the slide. A slide about. Huh? It's, you know. Well, some folks do their own thing. Others do something else. If you do too much of anything, you're gonna hurt yourself. Politicians like to give away things. Lawyers like to take things away. Doctors like to make things better. A baker's thing will start your day. A dentist's thing is filling a cavity. Stockbrokers like things bigger. Mountain climbers have a thing about gravity. And accountants just want to go figure. Things, that is. Well, it's your thing, my thing, his thing, her thing. Dumb things you just got to do. Our thing, their thing, all kinds of things, but one thing is true. Everybody's got to have something, something, something. What's your thing? Thank you. We okay on time? We okay on time? Okay. Well, I've just written a rock opera. Maybe I'll kind of do that. Okay. Oh, here's one. Hey. You remember in the kitchen of your house when you were growing up, and even not too long ago, but mostly when you were in the kitchen, on the wall of a kitchen, there was this little box. And sometimes it was wood, sometimes it was plastic. And it was like gray or red. It had a little round thing on it with little holes in it. And it had a thing and a curly, and every once in a while it would ring. It was called a telephone. Remember the telephone? You know? Well, I wrote a song about how things have changed from those days when you could actually pick the phone up, talk to somebody. You know, if you wanted to order a pizza, you could say, I want a pepperoni pizza. Somebody could actually communicate. Well, this is what happens now. That's the phone ringing. Thank you for calling. Our offices are closed. But if you want to get in touch, well, you know how it goes. To schedule an appointment, you can push *2. You may want to talk to us, but we won't talk to you. 'Cause we don't give a damn about what you really need. Just follow these directions and you can proceed. And we don't give a hoot about what you want to know. Just take this voicemail, run around and leave your tale of woe. If you want to talk to sales, dial star 32. And if you want your balance, say, what do I owe you? If you need some tech support, dial star 21. But to talk to a real person, wait till kingdom come. This call may be recorded for quality control, but for any help at all, you gotta sell your soul. Para prensa española número 5, or in any other language, we'll tell you where to go. 'Cause we don't give a damn about what you really need. Just follow these directions, then you can proceed. And we don't give a hoot about what you want to know. Just leave this voicemail, run around and leave your tale of woe. This call may be recorded for quality control, but for Annie's help at all, you gotta sell your soul. I think I just messed up the line. Anyway, it goes, well, thanks for being patient. We'll get right. You think this is easy? This is live. It's tough. Thanks for being patient. We'll get right to your call. But our lines are all backed up thanks to this little stall. We'll get to you in the order your call was taken. But meanwhile, here's a survey. We'd like participation. You know, this was the only song I didn't practice. I think I'll cut my losses right here. Yeah. Whew. I thought I had that one cold, but that goes to show you, if you don't own the damn song, it just goes to hell in a handbasket. All right, so I did this song for Soundcheck, and talking about funny songs and how you get into the funny song routine. When I did this CD, I actually, when I went to Florida, I actually wrote 12 songs, which is amazing to me that I could do that. And I wasn't sure of them. I knew a fellow who was very involved with the Clancy Brothers, Irish group. I brought this tape back to him, and I said, what do you think I should do with this thing? And he said, you really should record these songs. So it was my first of 6 CDs was with him. And but I wanted to do a song that was deep. So I did a lot of these, but I wanted a deep song that would express the pain of the musician. And couldn't do it. And he said, you know, you wouldn't know pain if you fell over it. So I said, just keep doing what you're doing, and whatever happens is going to happen. If people don't appreciate, the heck with them. So this became the title song of that CD. I've been told that the world is a terrible place. There are people out to get you, can't even see your face. I should run and hide, get depressed, get real mad, but I must confess, that ain't the way I deal with adversity. Yes, I've been told that I should be an angry man. Get in touch with my demons and atone for my ancestral shame. Well, I got another method if it's all the same. A way to beat the fear and all the pain. I hope I'm not gonna be misunderstood. Tell me what's so bad about feeling good. Now what's so bad about feeling good? If they try to run you down, just let them know that they never, ever could. I'm gonna live my life like I think I should. Accentuate the positive and knock on wood. Oh, what's so bad about feeling good? I know full well things are in a serious state. There's a hanging in the balance that will probably decide my fate. But you see, so far, life has been great. I'm gonna live it up before it gets too late. Nothing in the world's gonna take that away from me. And I know there is a time when the rubber's gotta meet the road. And I'll be the first to be the one to share a heavy load. But till that day, my disposition won't fade. Ain't no one ever gonna rain on my parade. And that is what ain't bad about feeling good. Now what's so bad about feeling good? If they try to run you down, just let them know that they never, ever could. You gotta live your life like you think you should. Accentuate the positive and knock on wood. Oh, what's so bad about feeling good? Yeah, live your life like you think you should. Accentuate the positive and knock on wood. Oh, what's so bad about feeling good? Thank you.
Billy, it was a pleasure to have you here today. Billy Mitchell, folks.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming and putting up with my bad memory.
No, come on, please. The latest album is called Boomer Power. You can find it at billymitchellsongs.com, and I think it's well worth your time to do so. On behalf of Live Lunch Break, thank you guys for coming out. Thanks always to Rich and Daphne for the Telegraph Record Store hosting us. Next week at this time, you'll be enjoying Thanksgiving dinner or lunch in my part of the world. So we have a special Live Lunch Break next Wednesday to kick off the holiday weekend with a very fine new London rock band that's called Marvelous Liars. And it's kind of a secret, but, well, you'll just have to watch. If that isn't intriguing enough, I don't know what to tell you. Marvelous Liars next week. You guys have a wonderful, safe holiday season. And thanks again to Billy Mitchell.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.